In the dead of night, across 100 miles of frozen English countryside, something walked. It walked over rooftops, through walls, and across rivers, leaving behind a trail of cloven hoofprints that defied explanation.
The pattern suggested that a bipedal creature had created them, yet the hoof-like shape was unlike any known animal tracks.
They called it the devil's footprints. But what if that wasn't the only time reality fractured? What if footprints, symbols, and signs have appeared throughout history, carrying messages we were never meant to decode? Let's open the case files. The Devil's Footprints of Devon. In February 1855, residents of Devon, England, awoke to a perplexing sight: a trail of hoof-like prints stretching over 160 kilometers. These prints, approximately 20 centimeters in length and spaced 10 centimeters apart, traversed rooftops, walls, and even crossed rivers. The phenomenon spanned from Exmouth to Topsham and beyond. Despite various theories, including escaped kangaroos, hopping mice, and even experimental balloons, no definitive explanation has emerged. The mystery deepened in 2009, when similar prints appeared in North Devon, reigniting debates and speculations. To this day, the Devil's Footprints remain one of England's most enigmatic occurrences. The disappearance of the Angie village. In November 1930, Canadian fur trapper Joe LaBelle arrived at the Inuit village near Lake Angie, only to find it eerily deserted. Approximately 30 inhabitants had vanished without a trace. LaBelle discovered meals left uneaten, fires still burning, and sled dogs buried under snowdrifts. Even more unsettling, graves in the village cemetery appeared to have been exhumed. Despite investigations by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, no evidence explained the sudden disappearance. Theories range from mass abduction to supernatural causes, but the truth remains elusive. The Ulfbert swords, Viking tech centuries ahead. Between the 9th and 11th centuries, Viking warriors wielded Ulfbert swords, remarkable for their superior quality. These swords, inscribed with +Fe, LFBE, RH+T, were forged from crucible steel, containing up to 1.2% carbon, a purity not achieved in Europe until the Industrial Revolution. The origin of this advanced metallurgy remains a mystery. Some suggest trade with the Middle East introduced the technique, while others believe it was a lost European method. The Ulfbert swords challenge our understanding of medieval technology and craftsmanship. The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient computer, discovered in 1901 off the coast of Antikythera, Greece, this 2,100-year-old device astonished researchers. Comprised of bronze gears and dials, the mechanism could predict astronomical positions, eclipses, and even the timing of the Olympic Games. Its complexity rivals that of 18th century clocks, yet it predates them by over a millennium. The Antikythera mechanism suggests that ancient civilizations possessed technological capabilities far beyond what was previously believed. Ongoing studies aim to fully understand its functions and origins. The Green Children of Woolpit. In the 12th century, 2 children with green-hued skin appeared in Woolpit, Suffolk, England. They spoke an unknown language and initially refused all food, except raw, broad beans. Over time, their skin color normalized, and they learned English. The surviving girl claimed they came from a land called St. Martin's, perpetually in twilight. Some historians speculate they were Flemish orphans, their green tint resulting from malnutrition. Others suggest more fantastical origins, including parallel worlds or extraterrestrial descent. The Beale ciphers, $60 million in lost treasure. In the early 1800s, Thomas J. Beale reportedly buried a treasure worth over $60 million in today's value in Bedford County, Virginia. He left behind 3 ciphertexts detailing the treasure's location, contents, and intended heirs. Only one cipher, describing the treasure's contents, has been decoded. Despite numerous attempts by cryptographers and treasure hunters, the other 2 ciphers remain unsolved. The Beale ciphers continue to intrigue enthusiasts, representing one of America's most enduring treasure mysteries. The Dyatlov Pass incident. In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out into the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. Weeks later, their bodies were discovered under mysterious circumstances. Their tent had been cut open from the inside, and some corpses exhibited severe internal injuries without external trauma. One hiker's tongue was missing, and traces of radiation were found on their clothing. Theories abound: avalanche, military testing, or something more sinister. Despite investigations, the incident remains one of the most perplexing mysteries of the 20th century. The Göbekli Tepe megastructure. Located in southeastern Turkey, Göbekli Tepe is a monumental archaeological site dating back to around 9,600 BCE. Predating Stonehenge by 6,000 years, it features massive T-shaped pillars weighing up to 20 tons, arranged in circular formations. The carvings depict various animals and abstract symbols, suggesting complex ritualistic practices. The site's construction challenges our understanding of prehistoric societies, indicating that organized religion may have preceded the advent of agriculture and settled life. The Tunguska event, Earth's silent impact. On June 30th, 1908, a massive explosion occurred near the Tunguska River in Siberia, flattening approximately 2,000 square kilometers of forest. The blast, equivalent to 10 to 15 megatons of TNT, is believed to have been caused by the airburst of a meteoroid or comet fragment at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers. Despite extensive studies, no impact crater was found, fueling alternative theories involving black holes, antimatter, or alien spacecraft. The Tunguska event remains the most powerful impact event in recorded history. The Coral Castle of Florida. In Homestead, Florida, stands the Coral Castle, a structure built single-handedly by Latvian immigrant Edward Leeds-Kalnin between 1923 and 1951. Using over 1,100 tons of oolitic limestone, Leeds-Kalnin carved and moved massive stones, some weighing up to 30 tons, without the use of modern machinery. He claimed to have discovered the secrets of the ancient Egyptians, leading to speculation about magnetic levitation or other lost technologies. The Coral Castle continues to intrigue engineers and tourists alike. The Kochno Stone, star map, or portal. In 1887, a 13-meter-long sandstone slab was unearthed near Clydebank, Scotland. Called the Kochno Stone, it was soon reburied to protect it from vandalism. The stone is covered with over 90 carved symbols, spirals, concentric rings, and cup marks that resemble astronomical star maps. Some researchers believe it may be a Neolithic map of the sky, dating back over 5,000 years. Others suggest it could represent an early form of communication, perhaps even a portal design to something we no longer understand. Its mysterious symbols defy translation, yet modern 3D scans reveal deliberate mathematical precision. What message did its makers intend to leave behind? The Black Knight satellite. Since the late 1950s, strange signals and a mysterious object in polar orbit have fueled rumors of an extraterrestrial Black Knight satellite. Amateur astronomers tracked it before any human-launched satellites had entered such orbits. In 1960, the US Navy reportedly detected it using radar, and decades later, astronauts aboard the STS-88 mission photographed a strange object drifting above Earth. NASA says it's space debris. Conspiracy theorists believe it's an alien probe, perhaps 13,000 years old. But if it's nothing, why is it tracked so consistently? And why does it sometimes respond to radio signals? The Shigir Idol, the world's oldest statue, discovered in a peat bog in Russia in 1894, the Shigir Idol is a 2.8-meter tall wooden totem covered in cryptic carvings. Radiocarbon dating places it at over 12,000 years old, twice the age of the Egyptian pyramids. Carved from larch, the idol features faces, hands, and geometric patterns whose meanings remain unknown. Recent decoding efforts suggest it may depict a creation myth or an early form of writing. But if true, it forces a re-evaluation of Mesolithic knowledge. Were humans creating complex symbolic systems before agriculture even began? The zodiacal light and pyramid alignment. The ancient Egyptians may have aligned the Giza pyramids not just with the stars, but with a cosmic phenomenon visible only during the equinoxes, zodiacal light. This faint glow, caused by interplanetary dust scattering sunlight, aligns with the ecliptic. In March and September, it creates a column of light rising from the horizon, directly aligned with the pyramid's orientation. Modern software confirms this alignment is too precise to be coincidence. Was it just symbolic? Or did the builders know more about the solar system than we've credited them for? The Lake Baikal light phenomenon. Russia's Lake Baikal is the world's deepest freshwater lake, and possibly one of the strangest. Locals and Soviet-era divers have reported seeing unexplained lights deep below the surface. In 1982, 7 military divers encountered humanoid beings underwater at a depth of 50 meters. Attempting to capture one, 3 divers reportedly died from decompression, while others were severely injured. Military documents remain classified, but leaked reports and first-hand testimony suggest encounters with unknown life or advanced underwater technology. Other lights, simple bioluminescence, or something far less natural. The Death Valley Sailing Stones. In California's Death Valley, at Racetrack Playa, large rocks weighing up to 320 kilograms mysteriously move across the dry lakebed, leaving long trails in their wake. No humans or animals have been seen moving them. For decades, their motion puzzled scientists, with theories ranging from magnetic anomalies to hoaxes. It wasn't until 2014 that time-lapse cameras and GPS trackers confirmed a rare natural mechanism. Thin sheets of ice, just a few millimeters thick, forming beneath the rocks on frigid nights, allowing them to be pushed by light winds. But the conditions required are so rare, it's no wonder this remained a mystery for over a century. The mystery of the desert kites. Scattered across the Middle East and Central Asia are thousands of enormous stone structures called desert kites. From the ground, they appear to be low walls, but from the air, they form vast geometric patterns, sometimes stretching hundreds of meters. First identified by RAF pilots in the 1920s, their purpose remained unclear. Archaeologists now believe these Neolithic structures were used as massive animal traps. But how did ancient herders build such vast networks with precision and coordinate mass hunts? Satellite imagery continues to reveal more of them, suggesting an unknown level of societal organization in prehistoric times. The Metal Library of the Andes. In a cave in Ecuador, known as Cueva de los Tallos, explorers, including astronaut Neil Armstrong, reportedly encountered a metal library in the 1970s. According to accounts, the underground chambers contained metallic books etched with strange symbols, golden artifacts, and even statues resembling non-human figures. While official reports deny finding anything unusual, numerous locals and independent explorers insist the artifacts were real and possibly connected to the ancient Lamana civilization. To this day, no official follow-up expedition has confirmed or disproved the stories. Why were such findings so quickly dismissed? The stone spheres of Costa Rica. In the 1930s, workers clearing jungle for banana plantations in southern Costa Rica stumbled upon hundreds of perfectly round stone spheres, some over 2 meters in diameter and weighing up to 15 tons. Created by the decode culture over 1,500 years ago, these spheres show remarkable precision, with some exhibiting less than 2% deviation from a perfect sphere. Their purpose remains a mystery. Were they astronomical tools, territorial markers, or symbols of power? Many were moved from their original locations, further obscuring their function. Despite extensive research, no inscriptions or carvings give us clues. The Longyu Caves of China. In Zhejiang Province, China, an astonishing man-made underground complex was discovered in 1992. The Longyu Caves. Carved entirely from sandstone, these 24 caverns cover over 30,000 square meters and include massive pillars, intricate chisel marks, and echo-reducing acoustics. What baffles archaeologists is that there's no mention of their construction in any known texts. The labor required would have involved removing over 1 million cubic meters of stone, all without any documentation or legends. Who built them, why, and how did they keep it secret? The Roman dodecahedrons. Dozens of small, hollow bronze dodecahedrons have been found across Europe, dating back to the 2nd and 3rd centuries CE. With 12 pentagonal faces, circular holes of varying sizes, and no inscriptions, their function remains unknown. Not listed in any Roman texts or art, these objects have puzzled scholars for decades. Theories include candlestick holders, measurement tools, or religious artifacts. But nothing fits all known examples. Their precision and uniformity suggest a standardized function, yet no context has ever been found. How could such a widespread object leave no trace in written history? The Orkney Venus, Britain's oldest figurine. In 2009, archaeologists on the island of Orkney uncovered a tiny sandstone figure dating back over 5,000 years. Just 4 centimeters tall, it features a prominent face, small incised arms, and dot-like eyes, reminiscent of both European Venus figurines and Mesopotamian idols. What startled researchers most was its location, buried among a structure of unknown use at the links of Nordland. Some believe it was ceremonial. Others think it was a fertility token. But could this be evidence of a long-forgotten religious tradition that once spanned continents? Orkney, long thought peripheral, may have been a spiritual epicenter. The hypogeum of Housaflieni's acoustic mystery. In Malta, beneath a quiet suburb, lies the hypogeum of Housaflieni, a 6,000-year-old underground temple complex. What's most fascinating isn't its age, but its acoustics. In the oracle chamber, male voices speaking between 90 to 120 hertz trigger resonances that vibrate through the entire structure. Listeners experience altered brain states and deep sensations. Could the builders have known about sonic frequencies and how to use them? No inscriptions reveal its purpose, but ancient bones and red ochre mark it as sacred. Was this an early sound-based ritual chamber, or something far more advanced? The Mount Owen Claw. In 1986, deep within New Zealand's Mount Owen cave system, an expedition discovered something astonishing: the mummified claw of an enormous bird. With muscle and skin still intact, it appeared fresh, but radiocarbon dating revealed it belonged to the upland moa, a flightless bird extinct for over 500 years. How had the claw remained preserved in a warm, humid cave? And why were there no signs of natural burial? Some theorize the moa may have survived far longer than believed. Could this be one of the last echoes of a lost ecosystem, or proof that extinction timelines are not what we assume? The Teotihuacan liquid mercury chamber. In 2015, archaeologists discovered something unprecedented beneath the Temple of the Feathered Serpent in Teotihuacan, Mexico, a tunnel filled with liquid mercury. At over 18 meters underground, this chamber also contained strange spheres made of clay and pyrite, plus miniature models of temples. Mercury was used in ancient cultures for ritual purposes, but in large quantities, it's toxic and rare. Did the builders create a symbolic underworld, or were they simulating a celestial map with mirrored planets? Teotihuacan's creators left no writing behind, leaving their motives and methods in the shadows. The Ust-Ishim femur, DNA from 45,000 years ago, found along the Irtysh River in western Siberia. A 45,000-year-old human femur changed what we thought we knew about early Homo sapiens. The Ust-Ishim fossil, discovered in 2008, contained remarkably preserved DNA. When sequenced, it revealed that this ancient man shared 2.3% of his genome with Neanderthals, making it the oldest direct evidence of interbreeding. Even more strangely, the DNA contained sequences not present in any modern populations. Who were these people, and where did their line vanish to? The more we look into our genetic past, the more it fragments into riddles. The Nazlet Carter skeleton. In 1980, in Upper Egypt, archaeologists found a skeleton in Nazlet Carter quarry, dated to around 33,000 years ago. What made it unique? The skull showed traits not consistent with any modern human group, a mix of archaic and modern features, including robust brow ridges and unusual cranial volume. Some anthropologists argue it belongs to an unknown human lineage. Others suggest it's evidence of contact between early Homo sapiens and more ancient human populations in Africa. Why is it rarely mentioned in textbooks? Perhaps because it disrupts the tidy narrative of our evolution. The Voynich manuscript, the world's most mysterious book. Housed in Yale University's Binica Rare Book and Manuscript Library, the Voynich manuscript is an illustrated codex dating to the early 15th century. Written in an unknown script and language, it contains illustrations of unidentifiable plants, astronomical diagrams, and human figures engaged in enigmatic activities. Despite extensive study by cryptographers, linguists, and historians, the manuscript's text remains undeciphered. Some believe it's a hoax, others argue it's a coded language or a lost tongue. The manuscript's origin, purpose, and meaning continue to elude scholars, making it one of the most enduring literary mysteries. The White Shaman mural, forgotten spiritual code. Deep in Texas's Lower Pecos Canyonlands lies a 7-meter-wide rock painting known as the White Shaman mural. Created over 4,000 years ago, it features humanoid figures, serpents, and abstract symbols rendered in red, black, and white pigment. Archaeologists believe it represents a complex spiritual narrative, possibly linked to peyote rituals or underworld journeys, but the meaning remains elusive. Its cosmology doesn't match known Native American traditions. Could this be the fragment of a vanished shamanic language, or an ancient attempt to map altered states of consciousness with symbolic geometry? The Yonaguni Monument, submerged civilization. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan, divers in 1986 discovered massive underwater stone structures at depths of 5 to 25 meters. The formations resemble stepped pyramids, platforms, and right-angled corridors, leading some to claim they are remnants of a 10,000-year-old sunken city. Mainstream geologists argue they're natural formations shaped by tectonic forces, but signs of tool marks, pillars, and roads continue to puzzle researchers. Was this Japan's Atlantis, swallowed by rising seas after the last ice age? Or are we mistaking nature's geometry for a blueprint? The Devil's Footprints were just the first clue. From caves humming with unknown frequencies to skeletons with forgotten bloodlines, every chapter in this saga reveals a deeper truth. Our world is built on ruins of mysteries. There are maps we shouldn't have, tools no one admits to making, and genetic trails that end in silence. Perhaps we've only scratched the surface. Perhaps beneath our museums, under the dust of certainty, lies the true story of who we are and who walked here before us. The signs are everywhere. You just have to follow the footprints.